What's going on, fam? This is your brother Ronald Zion. Listen, I just want to take a few moments of your time to talk to you about one of the passages and stories within the Bible that's very important to me. It happens to be one of my favorites, and I'm pretty sure that you've heard of the story of Moses in the book of Exodus. Moses was a man who was handpicked and selected by God to be used as a divine instrument to rescue and deliver God's people from oppression and the enslavement from Pharaoh and his cabinet administration. As a matter of fact, the very name in Hebrew, Moses, means to be drawn out or drawn out. So therefore, Moses not only lived up to his name, but he was one that was created to draw out God's people from oppression and the condition of enslavement. As a matter of fact, on the flip side, Pharaoh was also created for a reason, and God reminded him of his reason for existing on this planet when he had the audacity to exalt himself against and above Yahweh. God told him that you were created for no other reason and purpose, but that my power will be strong in you, and that my name will be declared throughout the entire earth. Year after year, God's people cried, wailed, lamented, and moaned in the night watches to be delivered from their condition. As a matter of fact, their condition was so egregious to God that he handpicked and selected and drew out a man to go to see about them, to rescue them out of their condition. So what am I saying? That there are many people that are watching this video that feel like the Israelites. You may be under oppression economically. It seems like that when you take 2 steps forward, that there is a force that's pushing you 6 steps back. It's almost like you're caught between a rock and a hard place, so to speak. Can't see your way out. There are many people that may feel that they are bound or enslaved or incarcerated emotionally, bound by shame and guilt and past regrets and anger and resentment or bitterness, unforgiveness, bound by so many emotional issues of low self-esteem and inadequacy. There may be some that's watching this. You may feel that you are under the oppression of the enemy spiritually or physically, suffering in your body with abnormalities and certain illnesses. Well, I want to tell you that just as it was that God promised the Israelites that they would be in bondage for 400 years, but then he would come and see about them. He made a promise to Abraham. There are many promises that God have promised you that they're about to come to pass. Your Pharaoh will drown. The very Pharaoh that holds you hostage from enjoying God's fruitfulness, his favor, and his presence to worship him in every area of your life is coming to an end. Your Pharaoh will drown. There are many people that are watching this right now, that there are many pharaohs that are around you on your job, that hold positions in state and local government, that's trying to hinder the ministry of God that's on the inside of you from addressing social injustice by bringing forth social justice and social empowerment. That Pharaoh will drown. There are many that are watching this. You've been connected to a Pharaoh in a relationship. That Pharaoh has stood between you and freedom. That Pharaoh has stood between you and emotional and mental wholeness. That Pharaoh will drown. There are many people in your family members that constantly remind you of your past and your past failures. And every time you try to shake it, they're there to constantly remind you by spewing nothing but word curses over your life in the form of manipulation. That Pharaoh will drown. So whether it be a Pharaoh within or a Pharaoh without, it is time for the people of God to come to a place of wholeness and freedom. God has no glory. God has no enjoyment by seeing his people suffer year after year in so many areas of our lives that we're supposed to have victory in, that we're supposed to have fruitfulness in, and that we're supposed to have the very light of God shining in those areas in all freedom. So what am I saying? That regardless of what area in your life that is under the foot and the fist of Pharaoh and all of his oppression, it's time for that Pharaoh to drown. And it's time for you to enjoy the fruitfulness and the favor and the freedom of God, that you can reciprocate that to somebody else that may be bound. This is your time. Peace and blessings. Follow me at www.zionpoeticpress.com. Peace and blessings. Let's go get it.